here again with another 5 minutes on God. Hey, today I want to talk to you about something that is very important. It determines how much happiness and joy you're going to get from this world. And that is finding your calling and following your calling once you've found it, and how to apply your talents to it. Before I talk about following your calling, I want to state that I know with absolute certainty from my heart and soul that we are not intended to be miserable or unhappy in our lives. That letting fear and worldly concerns dominate you will lead to this unhappiness and even more fear. Before we move on to dealing with this, I want to say something to you straight from my heart. You are good enough and you have a calling. God has a calling for you. Now it's just a matter of finding it. The antidote to this fear and concern about worldly goods is that you have to seek and find your calling. It really is that simple. Open your heart and aim your efforts at finding your joy. Finding what gives you real joy. Then grab it with both hands, hug it, and love it with all your heart. All right, I can hear you thinking from here. How do I find my calling? I'm lost right now. I realize it is simple to say, find your calling to you, but much more difficult to actually live a life that finds your calling. It takes determination and God's guidance to get there. In Romans 12:6, they state that each of us is given a different talent from God, and that we need to find them and use them for His glory. Well, I actually agree with this. We each have talents, and we need to use them. My journey through life has taught me that not everything I learn or do is my calling. How do I know this? I give it a test. I give it the shoulder droop test. And when it passes the shoulder droop test, I know it's at least part of my calling, and so I embrace it. The shoulder droop test is where after you've started a new task or a new job or new anything, you wait for the newness to wear off. That's right, you get into it and do it for a while. And then you check your shoulders. How are they set? Are they still up high? Are you still excited and enjoying it? Or are they drooping? Better yet, have somebody else look and tell you what they're doing. So if your shoulders are still up, keep on keeping on. If they're not, if you're not passing the shoulder droop test, then it's time to make a decision. What to do. Of course, you could decide right then, I'm going to go try something else because my shoulders are drooping. But I don't think that's what we're supposed to do. I certainly know that's not how I've done. The decision I say you have to make is now to learn and grow in what you're doing. That's right. Get the absolute most out of what you're doing right now, because in that learning and in that growth, you will find the next opportunity and the next shoulder droop test. So live today, enjoy today, learn from today, and then give it the shoulder droop test to see if you're really in your calling. If you're not, then keep your eyes open for the next opportunity. So don't let fear and concentration on worldly goods stop you from keeping your eyes open and looking for your opportunities, giving them the droop test, and preparing yourself to move on by getting the most out of where you are today. Well, I can hear you saying, but I have to make a living. Of course you do. That's what we're here for, to work, try, and learn. God will help you. God will guide you. Set aside that fear. Learn to embrace learning and change, because that's how you'll find your calling. That's how you'll add to your joy in life. That's how you make your light even brighter. Life is a series of shoulder droop tests, and there is no failure, only more knowledge. When you learn to continue on the journey and live in this way, you will always be headed toward your calling, and when you find it, it'll pass the shoulder droop test, because you'll be fully able to accomplish it when you get there. So decide today to check with the child inside you. Keep checking those shoulders. Keep that droop out. Learn to lift them back up by learning and growing, and take the next opportunity you are guided to. Doing this will make you happier and give you a life living in God's light. So make sure to notice your shoulders, because other people certainly do. People know when you are happy. So decide to make every opportunity a step onto your calling and live happy today. Well, this is Reverend Lowell Brown, and that was another 5 minutes on God. Hey, thanks for listening. Remember, God loves you and has a calling for you. That will give you great joy. So get out there, enjoy life, so you can find it. See you on the next one. Shine on.